Hey everyone, it's Bass Junkie transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video, and we're back with a new unboxing video because I received mail once again, and more mail to come. So a few unboxing videos on the way, but this time we got an envelope coming here from Greece actually, and Greece usually means mail from the Sound and Silence camp from George Mastrokostas, who is the head of the Greek ambient, post-rock and beyond label, which started out with like very esoteric, classic, sometimes a little bit, I'd say, cheesy ambient back in the days, and now worked their way into like deeper droney territories and also exploring like more post-rock things like in the past month or years actually. So he sent me a new envelope, and I'm going to go into this quickly. Had quite a busy day today, and we'll have like a busy weekend ahead with like 3 shifts at the concert venue ahead. On Thursday, I will be working at the show of Biohazard and Life of Agony, and I will not be in my, well, I will not only be in my normal position where I work there, but also like hopefully like have like a glimpse into the show, like for a few minutes or something like that, because well, I had thought about like going there privately, just because I remember like a lot of my friends being into Biohazard, like back in my like early teen days when I was still at school, and I was friends with a lot of like hardcore and like skater guys and stuff, so they were into Biohazard a lot, and I remember like some of the music, and it would be interesting to see and like to check if that relates with me still. So I might like take a peek for 10 minutes or so into their show, but we'll see. But now let's get into what we got here. 2 CDs actually. Let's dive into those quickly. If you've been like watching my Instagram story I posted today, I was very happy to see that a friend of mine like posted a picture of the shirts he got from our new merch store, and it's always cool to see that people are supporting your stuff still, even though you haven't met them like in ages, and especially if people are like friends still that come from your school days and are still into what you do. So sending out a shout out to Walter actually, because he posted like this picture, and I was pretty pleased and pretty happy about that. So, and what we got here is Sound and Silence 120, released on February 10th, which is Julien Desmoulins, A Trial of Distances. Julien Desmoulins is a name I kind of have heard. Probably he has released on the Sound and Silence label before, maybe under a other project name and not his real name. Let's find out what we got here. It's the return of Julien Desmoulins to the label with a new album, A Trial of Distances, which is his 4th release on Sound and Silence. So he's been doing things as Silencio. So I guess this is where the name resonates with me still, because I think I have rather reviewed a Silencio album and not one of his own projects, I guess, or under his own name, but I might be mistaken. So, but he did an album under his own name that was called Everything Forgotten, Everything Remembered in 2021. So maybe I reviewed this, not too sure about that right now, like off the top of my head, because I might have reviewed like 80 or 90 Sound and Silence albums so far, so sometimes things get mixed up. He's from France, and he's currently based in Brussels in Belgium. Has done a lot of work since 2004 with his Silencio project and under his own name. Also in collaboration projects, I guess, and has worked with people like Ross Copeland and Mariam Sylvan and Christophe Bayot, which I might totally butcher, is also a French guy. Has released on a lot of labels, including Resting Bell, Time Released Sound, 3-4 Records, Duotone, Rusted Tone Recordings, Shimmering Moods, Oral Canyon, Healing Sound, Propagandist, and his own label, Eglantine Records. We got 4 long-form pieces here for brass and synthesizers, which is also a combination I think I haven't heard on the Sound and Silence labels so far. So this could be either interesting or novelty. I'm not too sure. I will like review those on my website, nightstyles.de. And there have been remixes by HTTC, Foundation and Seike, so a total duration of 60 minutes. Very emotional themes, deep chords of eerie synths and melancholic drones are all beautifully balanced with the lovely brass sound of trumpet, trombone and flugelhorn provided by Collie Donoghue. So interesting. So we got ambient synthesizers and a brass stuff. So that's a combination, as I said, not too familiar and not too common on the Sound and Sciences label, but we'll see what this comes to. This is a cover artwork. Once again, beautifully designed by the Sound and Silence guys with the classic flap here. Limited edition of 200 copies. This is copy 62 with a CD. Once again, looking like very clean, which I always love. And we got also a track list there, which has like three parts: A Trial of Distances, part 1 to 3, and then we got remixes by the named artist. So 60 minutes, which might mean that like each of the tracks is about 10 minutes or something like that. So we will see and find out. Reviews to come on my website Erzählt.de, as I said, for which also t-shirts are available if you're a fan or like a supporter. And the next one is Sound and Silence 119, released on February 10th, which is a Death Static, Time is Ignorance. And Death Static is a name that doesn't ring a bell right now, but resonates with me for sure. So might this be like cold ambient or death ambient or dark drone or whatever? I'm not too sure, but let's have a look here. This is a new addition to the label's roster. New solo project of Gareth S. Brown, which comes from Leeds in the UK and has previously released music as a member of bands like Hood and Canvas, and solo under his real name, and also the Unpleasants, Justice and Royal Librarian. Royal Librarian is a name that rings a bell, like in a very distant bell, so I might be mistaken here. He's a member of Memory Drawings, which also have released on Sound and Silence, I guess, and has collaborated with a lot of artists as well, with releases on Domino Records, Misplaced Music, Home Assembly, Hibernate Recordings, Second Language, Signal, and others. Those are, on this album we got like 6 ambient pieces, 50 minutes long, very melancholic and with dark soundscapes. So this is what Death Static suggests to me as well. And he is trying, as a concept, to explore the hopeless melancholy of the New Age movement, which is interesting to me because I have like inherited or quasi-inherited quite a lot of New Age, early ambient, proto-ambient records recently from a friend. So like with a lot of stuff by Deuter and all those names, which I haven't listened to right now, but I'm in the process of, and like deciding which to keep and which to get rid of. And so New Age is like a thing I wasn't that familiar with before, and not aware of that the genre in itself had like a very broad spectrum of artists and stuff, and a lot of stuff that has not been discussed in the like early techno magazines I was reading. So a totally new lane for me, I guess. And we got an interesting photo. What are these? This is moss, or like we got some moss structures or something like that. Time is Ignorance by Death Static from Leeds. Also opens with this like flap mechanism as usual, also limited to 200 copies. This is copy 64 with the CD. Following the path of the Sound and Silence releases recently. And we got also a track list here. also matches the tone of the release, of course, and we got tracks like Final, Re-Entry, Delay, Return, Latent Body, and Ready. So and we got, this is an ammonite. I don't know if you can see this, but the structure looks like this spiral shape structure, looks like a fossil or something like that. So we will find out what this is, but Death Static is definitely a name that resonates with me immediately. So I presume I'm gonna like this. And this is it, like a short unboxing for like a Tuesday evening. I hope you enjoyed, and more to come on the weekend, I guess, maybe on Sunday or so, because we got another envelope sitting here which came in today from Poland, but more on that like in a few days, I guess. Baze Junkie out for now. See you in the next one.